So what I want to know, James, is am I legally indemnified for the Magister's contract? Like, now that it's been broken, why am I the one who has to pay the pooping price?
Because you'll find out soon. You'll find out soon. Well, it depends on how readily you investigate.
The next scene is me leaving the bathroom and picking it, like hands drying. Got my microbead, and I'm just like, Ivy, what just happened to all our screens? It said like a deal done or something, right?
I saw it on my screen too, but I can't find any log of it in the machine spirit. It's like it didn't happen.
Machine spirit's haunted.
All right. Look, I'm really bad at microbead 3-way communications. Can you like call Sauron and star 68 him onto this call or something?
Okay.
You know?
You get like that, like the iPhone, the beep sound every now and then because you're on hold. And then a moment later, it's like, Nero, you on?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, Sauron, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm here. So you get the whole sort of like making sure everyone's actually on the call. But then, in 3 ways.
I'm just wandering around the bridge having this conversation with 2 other people that aren't here, and I'm just like, look, Ivy, you informed me some time ago about a problem of someone on board who was fixing things. I reported it to the captain. I passed it along. Sauron, do you have any further information about this individual? For some reason, I'm just immediately focused on getting anything off this ship that shouldn't be here. I just have a bad feeling about this, guys.
All right, so Ivy clips in with, I figured it out. It's not a problem.
Okay, explain it to me.
We probably don't need Sauron on for this then.
All right, Sauron, you can go do whatever you do.
All right. He hangs up then. So it was Chief Bosun.
Yeah. What's
Apparently, she has a technical bent that she doesn't like to talk about. Like she knows machines. Not like she's not been. I said she's not been inducted into the ways of the Mechanicus, so she doesn't know the right rituals. But
is her soul in any mortal peril from all of this, or
I've taken care of that.
So no mortal peril.
No.
Okay.
But
I might be in mortal peril right now. When we entered the warp and our Geller field was activating and that deal done appeared on the screen, I kind of felt something change within me. Something is not the same. I feel like I'm playing by the rules of someone else's game. And look, I don't have a time for a second guessing. No time to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leap. I activate my jetpack in the process.
Have you acquired any new sobriquets?
Sobriquet? You mean new names?
Yeah.
I look around. I honestly don't know that I have. I mean, Baron, Nero, Julius, Augustus, Bullet, the greatest shooter in the entire century.
That was already factored into my calculation. So there's been no change in your numerological destiny from that.
Oh, well, you know, like, how's it looking in my immediate future numerologically? Not that I believe in it or anything. I'm just curious.
Oh, well, I mean, violence always surrounds you.
I just shrug. You can't see me. I'm shrugging. That's pretty normal.
If this conversation is happening on the bridge,
I'm probably sitting right behind you, like leaning on your chair, my elbow pushing you in the shoulder. Like, so annoying. No workspace.
Did you tell her about the last word?
The last word?
Does she know about that?
Oh, that's right. Dawn started calling me that. Yeah, how about the last word? Did we add that to my list of titles?
Okay, well, let me factor it in and I'll call you back.
Okay. All right. I slap Adrian on the shoulder. Hey, thanks. You might have just saved me from... Hey, Captain, when that deal done thing appeared on the screen, I kind of felt something shifting in my stomach, and, it wasn't lack of fiber. I take Metamucil in order to become stronger, so,
Oh, you're probably cursed. It's probably fine.
I'm cursed!
Yes.
Yeah, the Metamucil you drank was actually just like
Some of
guy's
Don's fury
ashes.
juice, actually. I've been drinking demon blood.
No. It's all those quail, the high protein quail eggs you've been having with your breakfast omelets.
Void braised.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just like, look, Don, can you spiritually give me a once over here and take a look at my, energies? I hate to say chakras because that's a Naruto thing, and I'm not
sorry,
anime. But
Nero. What on earth are you actually asking of me to do?
I'm just asking you to take a look at my soul, take a peek real quick, make sure nothing's wrong there. I don't feel corrupt or anything.
So Dawn will pull out like some bullshit like
Scientologist device.
And then like beep 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 beep. Oh yeah, it says here that you're a douchebag and you shouldn't be using the ecclesiarchy to fuel your own ego.
I'm not.
Listen.
Don, I felt something.
Oh, beep 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 beep! It's going off again. Oh my god.
I turned to look at the captain to mediate this.
Nero,
John, in all seriousness, if you could spiritually see what's going on with him.
No, you know what, Captain? It's fine. I'll go talk to my favorite Gaelic speaking friend.
if you're feeling like there's something wrong with you, Nero, that happened at that warp gate,
Yes.
the chances of Sister Dawn being able to detect it now are next to nothing. She is not a psyker. If you should go talk to Markov or Riani when we get out of the warp.
I just don't like him, It
Adrian's
feels like he's
right.
trying
Let me
to...
just open up my third and fourth eyeball on my forehead and see what I
Look,
can see.
There's a difference between psyker energy and holy power, okay?
Do you want me to splash you with some holy water? Would that make you feel better? You want me to rub your forehead with some ointments?
Look,
or
if
something?
you give me some holy water, I'll, use it as like a cologne.
Just think as the new astropath is like the new Rosen. Okay?
Look, the thing is, Captain, it just feels like he's cheating to get around his disadvantages, He seems like a min-maxer. That's all I'm saying, Captain. That's all I'm saying. Nero
That's really
says
coming from you.
as he leaves the bridge.
Implant to help you utilize a secondary gun.
Yeah. He feels like a min-maxer as he leaves the bridge with his stabilized heavy bolter.
Takes one to know one,
Shoulder-mounted weapons, wrist-mounted weapons.
Yeah.
Nero, if your arm fell off, you would replace it with 5 guns, okay? Like, don't talk to anyone about min-maxing.
Look, man, the other version of Nero, if he wasn't a Tau, was gonna be some sort of mechanicus, like 4-armed, multiple melee weapon, multi-attacking, horrific, brutal murderer. This like emotionless cyborg killing machine.
Office meme where it says like it holds up 2 pictures that are clearly different, and the girl's like, "I don't see any difference."
It's the same.
Like, it's the same picture.
Corporate needs you to tell the difference between these 2 pictures.
Like I said,
same
that's the
picture.
other Nero. This is other Destiny.
I'm pretty sure that's the same Nero.
It's Kara Thrace and her special destiny.
It's the same Nero, just a little bit closer.
I'm actually offended that Nero asked me to look at his chakras. That's
I definitely didn't say. I literally said not chakras. Just look at my soul. All right, I go find a psyker.
Okay.
I'm
Just to
pretty
be
sure.
sure.
I don't know a lot about the ecclesiarchy in this game, just as a player, but I'm pretty sure they don't do that shit.
Yeah, I
Pretty
don't
sure
think so
fortune
either.
telling
But
is not on their fucking level.
I don't know if you know this, but Nero is not a smart guy.
So there is something called the Emperor's Tarot, which is a fortune-telling
Yes,
device,
that's
but it's not usually done by members of the church. It's usually done by individuals like fortune tellers, basically prognosticators.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, but yeah, certainly any of the astropaths will be qualified to read the Emperor's Tarot.
Listen, take a look at my Emperor's Tarot. All I'm asking is for someone to tell me why I felt that in my stomach.
Okay. So you do get a message back from Ivy. saying that adding in the last word doesn't seem to make any demonstrable significant changes to your life path as far as numerology is concerned.
Okay.
Certainly, it seems to be more something. It more has an effect on those around you or those that you care about rather than on you directly.
I don't care about anyone.
Yeah, which is why Ivy dismisses it as not a concern.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all talk a lot of shit about the guy who's literally like, I don't know, I think I need to swap places with him so he doesn't die.
But no one sees inside your head though. So I think that most people.
I've literally done that for people. It's not a theoretical exercise.
Ivy assumes Nero is a sociopath. That's her personal belief.
I mean,
I know it's not true, but Ivy doesn't. That's Ivy's.
I don't know. That might actually be correct. I mean, look, Nero's always looking out for number one. That's the Cowles lineage.
And that's Pierre Cowles.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you find are you going to Markov or one of the lesser?
Sure, I'll
cycles?
go to Markov. I'm like, look, Markov, skip. Get to the important dialogue. You already know what's going on here. Here's a list of all of my symptoms. Diagnose
It would
me.
appear you have
Psychic
space
medical.
diarrhea. Have you been ingesting any exceedingly large amounts of Metamucil?
I always have high fiber input, but lately I've been increasing it to go with the bulking up that I've been doing. Look at this.
The God Emperor prognosis is that you are incredibly clean on the inside. Is that a weird thing?
No, I actually got rid of some of my insanity earlier. I'm keeping one of those anti-corruption points on me right now.
Ah, yes, the Metamucil does get rid of insanity out the rear end.
Let's make a roll for your psycho to see how it goes.
Oh no, there's a roll to it. That means that there's a chance of failure. Is he better than a 33? Like, how good is this guy? Okay.
Well, he's part of your crew, so he's at least a 40.
Oh.
So he actually does pull out the Emperor's Tarot because it's easier to read it given that you can see. So he's explaining each card to you as he lays it out on the table in front of you. But once he's finished reading, he sort of summarizes it as, so something has recently changed within your fate that in a critical decision, you were even though you don't perceive yourself to be, you were the driver of the decision. Like everything about this comes from the input that you have drawn into it. And so therefore the outcome is not tied to you directly, but it's tied to your fate, to the impact that you will have on the universe. Like there is some sort of fundamental change, or at least a risk of fundamental change. You might find yourself soon having to make some very difficult choices, like choices that you never thought you would have to make or never thought would be difficult for you until you have to make them.
Teleas Markov, have I invited you to the special secret Fate Destiny Council?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a way to stop these changes? I thought I hang out with my adopted son and a bunch of nulls all the time. It makes people around me feel disgusted. Are you telling me that that's not working? Like, do I need more nulls? Do I need to get a backpack and just stuff one of them in there?
So let me be clear. You did this.
That doesn't sound right.
As I said, everything here indicates that you don't understand the choice you made, but you made a choice.
That happens all the time. Look, the thing is that I'm kind of the group's planner. We rarely use my plans, but they are all brilliant and well executed and all well thought out. So literally anything I could have done.
Is just the man who speaks the loudest, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's listen. Nero is a guardsman, not an officer. Whoever shouts loudest gets listened to.
I love the idea that one day we have like just a side episode where we play the Pandemic board game, and it's literally just Nero playing by himself when we're just like moving the pieces that he wants.
Yeah.
All
It's
right,
like
now you
playing
do
with
this
someone
one, Dawn.
doing a battle master in 5e, but they only use the other people command.
Yeah.
All right, I just look at him and I go, look, I enjoy the theater, right? I also know about the concept of irony and fate. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that I was the one pushing for us to get the Exchequer. Everything that's happened here seems to be related to the Exchequer. Could this be some sort of special destiny tied to removing the Exchequer from that location in space?
Okay, let me think. I skimmed a report of what happened aboard that ship. There was some mention of a deal, right? Like there was some, when you asked about taking the Exchequer, there were potential prices put into the negotiation by the other party, right?
Oh, Jesus, James, if you killed my daughter, do you have any idea how pissed I'm going to be? All right, I turn to him and I just say, please excuse me, I need to see a physician. I go get a fertility testing to make sure D's nuts are okay, James.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna point out. I want to point out
this.
She never accepted, but sure, let's play this out, James. I feel your punishment for this. Let's check with the
Punishment goes
physician.
something like this. Yeah. I need you to ligma some of this metal mucil, please.
I don't know, Dave. What's ligma? You can't get me. You can't get me, bro.
No. Your sardonic chief surgeon, it checks you out and gives you a clean bill of health.
Oh, so these nuts are okay.
Yes.
All right.
This is going to be a sword of Damocles just hanging over your head until it's suddenly revealed.
All right. I mean, I basically, send a message to my wife. Sorry, the queen, as I normally do. I don't say like, hey, is my daughter dead or anything, but I do the, some stuff happened. I can't really talk about all of the blowing up that we did, but we did a lot of good lately. And how are things on your end? Can you give me a status update, my queen?
Message off.
Yes. All right. And then I'm just like, I don't know. I do a lot of the Pablo Escobar, just staring off into imaginary vistas as I try to figure out what the fuck is going on.
So at some later point, you find yourself somewhere where you didn't know how you got there. You're on a battlefield. It's not a world you recognize.
That's
like it is. The battlefield the battle has clearly raged for days. There are bodies are piled up. There are hulked tanks. I mean, certainly you see some of them bear like the Cowles signal. And like this has clearly been a significant war, and it's pretty obvious from the signs around that the forces you are fighting are chaos forces. So you see like twisted and torn banners of the different chaos gods. You're standing alone in this field of carnage, and like checking yourself over. I'm
missing my right arm.
Well, so you hold up your metallic arm and
Johnny Silverhanded.
You feel older, and as you look up, there's a figure opposite you in the battlefield in power armor, and they hold up like some sort of rifle, and like you recognize the telltale signs of like an expert marksman in the dead bodies around you, like the allies on your side who have been slain by this person. As you look at you raise your weapon, they raise their weapon, and you both realize at the same time that everything you've got is out of ammo. You've fired every missile, you've shot every bolt. Literally each of you have ended countless lives, but at the cost of all your ammo. And so you draw your sword and they draw a weapon, and you run in, and there is this tit for tat engagement between these two figures, slashing at each other, trying to gain the upper hand before you give them a solid blow across the face that knocks the helmet off their power armor. And you see a girl's face, probably teenage, maybe 17 years old, like the Chaos Star like cut into her flesh. And something about her eyes, the purple eyes, seems really familiar. And then that's when you wake up in your cot.
I sit up. I swing my legs over the side of the bed and I go, I made some bad decisions on that battlefield. I would have just picked up somebody else's rifle and shot that little bitch.
Oh my god. That's the most Nero reaction there is.
Like, that wasn't me. I wouldn't have done that.
Like, Adrian's Melpicon was laying right there.
James, I refuse to accept that this deal was done. She never accepted.
There's like a flashing message on your bedside table thing as well, right, from the astropathic choir, just letting you know they've been unable to reach Sepphoris Secundus at this point in time.
Great. Oh, James.
How unique is the purple eye thing, by the way?
Only Cadians have it.
Yeah, it's Cadian only.
I just send the captain my theoretical suspicions of everything that's happened.
Oh god, I thought you were going to send the captain my daily dream log.
What is
that would be a very Nero thing to do, though.
I killed so many people in my dream. I couldn't even tally them up.
And then a female version of me, which I suspect is me from another universe, tried to kill me. We couldn't kill each other. That's the end. I woke up.
I dreamed of killing so many people in your name. You should give me a medal.
Yeah.
So, what is his theoretical thought on this?
That based on all of this Destiny bullshit, that his daughter has somehow been sold to chaos on his behalf, but
okay,
he doesn't believe it, but he wants to make sure that you understand that there's a strong possibility that it could be true. But he would never make a deal with chaos, and clearly he spoke in jest, and he's willing to take this all the way up to Imperium versus Chaos Court, kill all of the judges, and render a decision over the defendant's lawyer's dead bodies. So, Cinch, you know where to find me, bitch. I guess
the other question is, do you want to take leave and go there to recover your daughter to make sure she's safe?
All right, Nero just texts him. He's like, "No, I don't think this is what happened. It's just that it could have happened. I think it's just bad dreams. This is all bullshit. I don't believe in any of this future prophecy stuff anyway." But after he says that, he spends the rest of the night staring at the ceiling, going, I literally have a secret council on Destiny and the future, and they're all telling me the same thing. I don't believe it. I swear, I don't believe it.
All right, let it be known that Pierre offered him to take leave time to go get his daughter.
Yeah, that leave time would basically be the rest of the season. I'd be making another character.
So about 9 days later, your ships arrive back at Port Wanda.
Oh, what an auspicious number, James.
Yeah. I honestly just picked that out of my ass. That one. It wasn't. I'm being influenced by Zeech now. Damn it. Surprisingly, a lot of the fleet that was here has left. Passage Watch, the most of the ships. There's probably only 2 or 3 of the ships left in Port Wanda, and the rest have all disappeared.
Well, a lot of ships have disappeared. It's going to make it real easy to get the exchequer repaired. Hey, we should call that guy. I don't know. Is he coming here to pick it up, or are we going there?
Which guy?
Drunken Soul.
Drunken's Trade Admiral, the guy. That's right. You weren't here for all that.
The rogue trader who doesn't do any rogue trading.
Nero's like, well, he does do quite a bit of rogue trading. You know, here's his Rookie of the Year card. You can see on the back his statistics. Look at all that cargo hauled. You can't see many people pushing that amount of M3, you know?
Well, as long as he's paying us good money for this ship.
Can we set up like a call with him?
Yeah, certainly.
Direct.
So, okay. So your people reach out to his people, and I'll let you know when we're ready for that call.
A Zoom call. Okay, perfect. I continue to try to get the queen every day, you know. Hey, just checking in, making sure nothing's happened, my queen. Haven't been hearing anything from Saphira Secundus. Just want to make sure we're good. Day 3.
So, probably once you import, once you import, or once you arrive basically and start getting the ship sorted out, you get like some sort of basic download of important imperial information that comes your way, and among that information is an indication that apparently a warp storm has formed inside the Calixis sector, engulfing the planet of Saphira Secundus.
Any other planets or just that one planet?
Well, I mean, it covers a region of space, but the only system inside that region is the Saphira Secundus system, which has caused some pretty major issues for the sector because there's this three-stop route of Saphira Secundus, Scintilla, Iacanthos that is like the major trading route in the sector. And what's more, there's a ship known as a Misericord that flies that route, and it is like, once again, it is the main way that people in the sector get from place to place is by riding the Misericord to one of those 3 systems and then taking another ship elsewhere. And the Misericord was in Saphira Secundus when the warp storm cut it off. So right now, most of the naval ships have been brought back to Scintilla to try and find a navigable route to Saphira Secundus through the warp storm, because it's going to cause huge issues for any sort of trade or transportation in the Calixis sector. You know, and there's no way to make a warp storm stop, presumably. It's just you have to find a way to work with it or work around it. And so that's what, but it means, no astropathic communication through to Saphira Secundus, no data on what's happening on the world. All we know is that there's no way to navigate to it except to fly through real space, which would take thousands of years at sublight speed.
Okay. So we get Nero looking out a port window towards the station, and he clenches his very human and normal right hand, and we hear the leather of the glove crinkling, and he says, "This isn't my fault. You want me to believe that it is, but this is your machinations, not mine. I have believed your lies before. I will not be fooled again." And then Nero puts on sunglasses and goes, "Won't be fooled again!"
And Cade goes, "Who are you talking to?"
Yeah, except for that last part. That doesn't happen. But everything else is, Nero dramatically looks out, knowing that the Chaos Gods can see everything and that he doesn't give a shit about them. And he knows that they're trying to get him to feel something, and he's just, no. That's it. These nuts, James. These nuts. That's what they can that's what they can bargain with. And I got a whole cargo hold full of other references if they need those too.
Well, when asked the price about what the exchequer would be worth, Magister Ebonique offered either another ship or an entire world given over to chaos.
Sure, but I never vocally accepted that deal.
No, I know.
I'm also not the one that put the chains on the ship, nor am I the one that jumped the ship.
You're the one that tried to pull the trigger first, though.
Yeah, I know. It was glorious. It's one of the, listen,
for some
that's
reason,
a top 5 APGamingREAL stream moment right there. Easily.
For some reason, the gods of the universe,
have chosen to punish me.
Feel that you had the most invested
and that's
in recovering the exchequer.
That's certainly true.
That's definitely been one of Nero's goals that he's pushed.
But this isn't a punishment. This is just an opportunity to explore other parts of Nero's character as time develops.
Mm-hmm.
Nero, the first man to blow up a warp storm.
Does he actually care about anything, including his own child? We'll find out.
What? How could you say that?
Well, I'm just
What?
saying.
Nero's literally like, all right, I'm going to keep all of you alive. Here's a plan to keep everyone alive.
We're going to explore this facet of Nero.
Explore his humanity. It's literally the only thing he has. He mocks people who aren't human for not being human.
This is why I had to laugh when you said you wanted to completely put this spotlight behind you earlier tonight.
I do want to completely put this plot line behind me, James. I'm about to flush this plot line down the toilet next to that Metamucil. All right.
All right. So word arrives that we're ready to have a call with John Console.
Can I be there, Captain? Please.
Sure.
Nero's just like, he's got his little pick thief ready to go to take pictures of the victory moment where, the two captains shake hands, that sort of deal.
So it's being done by astropathic communication. So effectively, you're talking with Markov, who's speaking with Saul's voice.
Yeah. But I assume that there's going to be some handshakes involved. Great job, Captain. You too, Captain. We're so good together. We're the best rogue captains ever.
It's like some sort of Nero fan fiction going on.
It's the Avengers team up moment right here.
I just try to imagine the moment where you first start astropathic communication, this bi-directional through an astropath is there. Astropath saying, "Okay, can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me?" Lord Commodore, it's interesting that you've reached out to me. What can I do for you?
Oh, I found you in a Shekhar class ship. It
Another one.
appeared that there was one in my space.
Consider me interested. What do you want to do? Do you want to meet in person? How do we take this to the next step of negotiation?
Well, I'm in Port Wonder at the moment. I don't know how relatively close you are to that.
There's a momentary pause when he's probably asking someone something and he comes back. I could be there in about 2.5 weeks.
I have some things I'm waiting for, so that would suffice. I'd prefer to be in person, obviously. As I want to figure out what I want for this set, my side of the deal. Obviously, you want this ship. I've gone through great trouble to find it for you and obtain it. So if you could please me as some purchase in that Port Wonder, that'd be great.
Very well. If you got anything you can send, pictures, anything, so at least I can start to assess the condition, etc.
Absolutely. I'll get my people get right on that.
No. Nero already has he led the team, so he's got a travel vlog that he's assembled. Well, you can see the damage is not that bad here. The library is intact, no books, but that's original hardwood right there. Just hours and hours of it. He starts uploading it to the astropath.
See this soul cage? You can fit so many souls in it.
You'll have some time to assess all of it, I guess, on your trip here.
So this is how you do it. You make the document you send him look like it's a sales document. So it's clear that if he doesn't buy it from you, someone else will. All right.
God, this spotlight took so long.
It was just a side quest. I was like, we need to get that ship now.
3 seasons.
It wasn't a concern. It was like,
2
hey, if
arcs.
you find one, let me know. I'm interested. Like, okay, we'll let you know. Well, what cost? Another near loss of arm injury, and then
Yep.
the
One
inevitable
whole
betrayal of his
planet,
daughter.
Yeah, one
Apparently.
whole planet. Yep.
This is my what did it cost you
So-
everything moment.
Yeah. So here's my question. I think there was a profit factor of APs from AP by being the surrogate father for the daughter.
Yes.
So do we lose that profit factor?
No, I'd say that would take time to have tried.
Okay.
It's one of those things where like you're at that point where you can either do something about it and prevent it from attriting, or you can ignore it and it will attrite over time.
I don't know if there's much we can do about it other than going there. It's like, all right, Chaos, come on, let's go. I mean, I could send a Nero at it, but I don't know if a Nero is going to fix that problem.
We could take 3 ships there.
Through a warp storm.
Why not? We've done crazier things. We brought the exchequer back from the literal verge of a warp maelstrom.
Sure.
This is the kind of things they write stories about, Adrian.
All right. Dave, I would like you please to give me a +10, just a +10 willpower roll.
Sure. I just got to find the. Oh, there we go. I have way too many tabs on my computer.
People are crazy with multiple tabs.
Dude, I got 64 gigabytes of RAM. I can take it. Okay.
That's too much clutter for me. I can't take it.
+10. 1.1.
Okay. As they're having this conversation, you don't know how, but something inside you tells you that if there's a path through this warp storm, that you could find it. Like there's just some in the seat of your faith, you just feel like
Am I just like, Jesus, take the wheel?
yeah. It's almost like it's just like somehow you instinctively know that this is something that you could do if that's what you wanted, that's what they wanted. That I mean, you have no idea how you would, but part of you feels like there is that you could.
Okay. Where am I right now exactly?
Where are you guys having this conversation?
Let's say the bridge.
In the bridge. There you go.
How much, Lord Captain, would you afford me based on faith? Like if I told you to not question how I know things, and then you would allow me to simply act upon what I believe as divine inspiration, would you allow that?
Wait, what are you acting on? That's my only question.
Divine inspiration. The Lord, the God Emperor himself guiding my hands. If this is this something that you would trust in? That's all
Are
I'm
we talking
asking.
about the warp storm here?
Yes.
All right, Nero immediately pays attention.
Adrian just starts nodding. It's like, yeah, no, this sounds good.
I think Pierre's like looking like everybody, see what everybody's reaction is, then seeing probably Adrian the only like reasonable
Is this one of those? Is this one of those things, James, where I would also suddenly know how to fly a ship?
Not that you'd fly, just you feel like you could guide the ship.
Am I just like that way, this way, this way?
That sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay, all right then. So I basically say,
Shang-Chi.
the God Emperor.
I'm guessing, don't spoil it for me.
Yeah,
Okay. You'll know.
Yeah. The God Emperor is giving me a compass to follow, and I feel as if you trust me in my faith, then I can get us through this.
You think we're being guided to Saphira Secundus?
There is no thinking in my faith, Nero. There is only knowing.
Nero clenches his gloved, very human right arm and he says, I don't like this, Captain. There are a lot of forces trying to guide us back to this world.
Sister Dawn has saved your life through her
I
faith
agree.
multiple times.
I would never question her faith. If that is what leads us there, then it is truly the God Emperor's will. That said, I don't have to like it. She is not the only one that has suggested we go this direction.
Who else suggested it?
And I just walk
it
away.
was the one lady. What was her name? The marionette? Yes. She was trying to, I guess, persuade us to go on that years-long crusade with the.
That wasn't to Saphira Secundus. That was to the Severan Dominant.
I'm just saying, people have tried to misdirect us before.
You are correct. People have tried to misdirect us before, but I have faith in Dawn's faith.
I literally like hit my hand on the table and I was like, I can't believe that any of you are questioning the God Emperor right now.
Nero's not here, but again, he would never question.
Absolute blasphemy.
I'm on your side, Don. We should go.
You either have faith or you don't, Lord Captain.
Okay, I need to hold a secret meeting.
It happens a lot on this ship, you know.
Like if Pierre presses the button, everything.
Okay.
The walls come in and just this is the equivalent of just like pushing the button in the limousine that like puts the divider up between you and the driver.
So who's in said secret meeting?
It'd be obviously the four of us. Ivy, because she's the one initially that has the information about the reveal. Probably Rihanna.
Rihanna? Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's this time. All right, it's happening. Okay.
And I think that's about it, yeah.
Okay.
And Cade, because Cade's always with us.
Lord Captain, I'm about to end this whole woman's career.
So I guess one thing, if it's a question of faith, you want to bring Miriam in.
You could also get the Inquisitor.
I'm gonna leave the Inquisitor out of this. This is a
shit.
family issue.
Oh, he's not family.
No.
He owes us a 10-second car, bitch.
I accept Miriam. I don't accept Train.
All right. All I'm saying is that during this meeting, Nero looks exceedingly grave and murderous.
I think Pierre will motion Ivy to present the information of the data pad that she had before about Dawn's chapel.
Oh, this is that meeting.
Yeah.
So let me explain why my trust is a little bit off. During the assault on Port Wonder, Ivy was able to obtain some data slates of the various Iron Warriors and whatnot. And amongst the data slates was some information about Dawn specifically and her church, her group of people, etc., etc. Supposedly, the head sister there was working on trying to corrupt Dawn, thus corrupting her order.
And you just outright believe the data slate you found? Oh, Captain, come on. I thought you were a better man than this.
Yeah,
One source of information does not mean it is true.
Miriam sort of goes through like straight from shock to anger to resolution of
the whole gambit in 10 seconds.
She just goes, that makes perfect sense with everything I know. Yeah, I accept this.
this is what the archenemy does, Lord Captain. They confuse us. They make us distrust each other.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
So I guess I'll ask this, Ivy. Do you trust Dawn?
Ivy looks like she answers Pierre, but she looks at Dawn. Always. I know that she is the person that she always claims to be, and I believe that now.
Okay. And everybody else here trusts Dawn?
Yes.
Let's prepare heading towards Secundus then.
So, someone, I don't know, probably none of the NPCs who invited the room will say what about Jonkin Saw, but I don't know if a PC might say that because he's on his way here to see you now.
Don't we have like trade factors or something we can leave somebody behind to negotiate on our behalf?
Sure. Yeah,
Negotiate with Joker and Saul.
Yeah, no, I'll handle that.
Look, my recollection is he gave us a blank check, so he looks at the exchequer and we go, "Give us anything we want, bitch."
Obviously, there's only a certain value to an extent to that.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Hey, I just criticaled my negotiation roll. Your guy gives me whatever I want."
Can we wait 2 weeks? Like, isn't that what we're waiting?
I'm saying you can. I'm curious. Are you going to wait until after you've dealt with Saul, or are you going to go straight away?
I think we can wait as long as we can until the situation over Spear Secundus escalates. It seems like in case
can't escalate much more than no communication, warp storm inbound.
Yeah. The communications can't do only one thing.
Obviously, there's going to be some people
Oh my god!
it. See if
Oh,
it's
you
still
got me! You got me! Oh, he out Star Wars memed me.
He did.
How did he outflank me on my right?
He took the high ground from me.
Prelude to invasion.
So, just before we move on from this, Lord Captain, how much stock have you put in this evidence that you've found?
Oh, absolutely none.
It's clearly been on your mind for a while. Why didn't you come to me with this the moment you found this information?
Because I was wanting to observe and see for myself. Obviously, I observed beforehand.
Are you saying that you had concerns that this information was truthful?
Obviously, the information at first is alarming. So you always want to double check. I double checked, and it's fine.
I mean, if Nero suddenly worked for the Inquisition and you got information about it, like, would you come to him immediately and inquire about his allegiances?
I've already had that conversation with him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, at that point, Nero pulls out his inquisitorial acolytes.
Well, we already know because you got outs.
No,
Okay.
no, I haven't been added to anybody but you until right now when you just added me in front of all of my friends.
No, they were a part of the weren't they? Weren't the two of them were also part of the
No.
the deal where we got all the ships to go say, all right, here's the plan. This is what's happening. Oh yeah, that guy's also an Inquisitor agent.
But Nero wasn't. I thought it was the Inquisitor that was there was the one that was outed.
Nero takes off his shirt and shows his ginormous back tattoo.
Yeah, the giant eye on his back. Yeah.
No, he does have back tattoos of all the Cadian regiments he's belonged to.
Yeah, but it's like a Mad Magazine thing where like he squeezes.
You put them all together and see it. How could I have predicted?
So, run it back. My mistake. I thought it was already revealed that he was.
Oh no!
No,
You're the only person who knows. That's why Dave is saying this because he's taunting me.
Yeah, Adrian and Don do not know that Nero is.
That conversation didn't happen.
Okay, because I thought Adrian and Don were in the conversations with the rest of the captains.
No.
They were doing okay, never mind. That's like when I find out that information, I'll have that conversation with them when it happens.
All right. Well, as long as the matter is sufficiently dealt with and you have your trust in me, and by that, the extension of the God Emperor, then we're fine.
Now, I will say I'm curious how you have this feeling, but as far
When
as
you live your life in extreme faith of the God Emperor and he works his miracles through you, it is a feeling like no other. And it is indescribable and it is very recognizable.
You'd say
There's
it's
a
more than a
warmth.
feeling.
It's a warmth that fills your entire soul and being. I'm sorry I cannot describe it any other way, but that is how I feel.
very well, I understand. As soon as we are able, we'll go over there and we can see what we can do for that planet. Obviously, having the warp storm there is not good to begin with. And dealing with said warp storm will bring prestige to this house.
All right, so Nero stands up and he nods gravely and he says, "There is no dealing with the warp storm. Our only option is evacuation." As he turns dramatically with a cape switch and leaves.
And Ivy goes to say something, and then like as she realizes Nero's leaving, she leaves it until after he leaves.
Okay.
And then sort of turns back to everyone and says, "There's 12 billion people on Sephiroth Secundus."
Yeah, but I only care about two of them.
I mean, she's saying to everybody else and not to you, though. So
Yeah, but everyone here should know that, again, Nero only cares about two of them.
And you said there's 12 billion?
yeah.
That's a problem for someone else.
That being
As far
said, though,
as Pierre goes,
the
it sounds like
Misericord can hold a lot. If the Misericord's okay.
Well, and perhaps we will determine what caused this warp storm when we get on planet.
These nuts.
By the way, the Misericord is one of the largest ships ever made.
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
What do like? I assume it's a famous ship in this sector.
Yes, it is. It's a charters vessel, so it's actually operated by a council of captains. There is no single captain, and effectively it just runs a 365-day route that goes Iacanthus, Sephiroth Secundus, Scintilla, and it largely transport. I think it can transport about 2 million people at a time. But that's under normal conditions as well, so not cramped conditions. And it's considered an ill-omened ship. Like, it's considered bad luck for the Misericord to be in port, just because it's so storied. Like everyone wants to use it, but like a lot of souls have passed through the Misericord over time.
Yeah,
but it's very cheap. Like, a person can. Like the idea that a menial person on an imperial world could afford passage on a ship is not common, but the Misericord is affordable for the average person who wants to travel. Not the people in the Imperium really choose to travel, because usually your entire family and life's on one world.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Okay.
So Pierre, before as everyone's leaving, Miriam sort of says, "Lord Commandant, can I speak to you privately for a moment?"
sure.
Yeah. So you wait as everyone else leaves. Would you mind if I had a look at Ivy's data? I don't believe it, but I'd just like to understand what has been claimed.
Very well.
There's also, like I said there, I fully trust Dawn, and I believe that she can do what she's saying she can do. And I believe that because it's happened before. People of great faith have led ships through warp storms in this way. And every time it happens, it's always been given the same name. That's Miracle. I think that she can do this, but you need to understand what that means for her going forward. This is not a thing that can be hidden. This is something that the ecclesiarchy will want to know about and will want to take action on. If she can lead a ship through a warp storm like she believes, like I believe she can, then that is one of the things that defines a living saint. Which is how I know, and she like holds up Ivy's data pad, that whatever this says, it means nothing about Dawn.
Tell me what you find. I'm more so curious about what's the state of that order. Because obviously, as you both both know that, and as it says on that data sheet, Dawn is no longer a target for them in a sense of wanting to corrupt. It's more of the order itself.
Under normal circumstances, I'd say we should contact Canoness Goneril about this, but she is also on Iacanthos in the same abbey. Maybe, whatever this says, we should contact Palatine Rhiannon, let her know. So if some action needs to be taken, if we need to launch an assault against the Abbey of the Dawn, that there are sisters of faith we know are on the side of the God Emperor that could persecute it.
Did you mean prosecute it or persecute it?
Not prosecute it, sorry, yes.
Because you could persecute a war. It would just be kind of judgy.
Indeed. Just find out what you can from those, because obviously you'll find something different than what Ivy or I can see. And then we'll go from there. I'll see if I can get in contact with the Palatine, but obviously that can be easier said than done.
If I can help, let me know.
All right.
Okay. And she leaves. I feel like next session we can start off with the deal with Drunken Saul and then go to Iacanthus. Is there any scene anyone else wants to do before we go to outros today?
Yeah, I want to have a scene with Adrian.
Okay.
And it's mostly just Nero on the station with Adrian, just like walking around and not saying anything. Nero's just like looming. Like, look, normally Nero is loomingly angry at everybody. It's a matter of intimidation. But this is Nero like, this. First off, this isn't my fault. Number two, I'm so pissed about this. I'm literally going to kill everything in my way between me and the queen and my daughter. And three is just like, this is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. We have to do whatever the God Emperor wants, but clearly we're not charting our destiny at this moment. But he's not saying anything. He looks like a different level of rage than normal. Like it's a much darker, angrier walking around rage when he's not saying anything to Adrian. I just want to give Spoon an opportunity to say something.
Mm-hmm. So I think at some point, like whatever it is that they're doing during this trip, he just looks.
They're standing in front of an empty swimming pool.
And he goes,
just together.
you just have to have faith, Nero.
I have plenty of faith. I don't like it when other beings are directing us.
It is not other beings. This is the God Emperor.
I don't question the God Emperor. It's everyone else that's the problem.
I don't know how to talk you into having faith in Dawn.
I have no problem with Dawn.
Then why are you so angry?
Where we're going, there will be only war. Look at this station. I literally shot this station at a giant invasion ship. This place has been touched by war.
Every corner of the Imperium has been touched by war.
But right now, it is at peace. Where we go,
Is
there
it?
will be war like none of us here have seen. It will be Cadia.
I think when he says it, like at some point, like two people run by nearby, like having a fun laugh, like there's like carefree scene just to show that there is the peace that he promises here right now.
Perfect, excellent. Thank you so much. I say this will be like Cadia, and you do not know that. Our crews are not ready. It is going to be violence and blood and death. We have no course beyond getting us there. We have no clear objective, and we have no secure route to leave. Remaining would be death. All we have is faith.
And that is all that we need.
No. That is all a fool needs.
I think like Adrian like narrows his eyes as he looks over at Nero and goes, that is not true, Nero.
The God Emperor did not punch his wayward son into submission. Technically, he kind of did. But, we know that. But that's not part of the story. They shot each other on the bridge a bunch. Right? Nero's point is we need weapons to do this and readiness.
Sure.
But that's not what he's saying. He's being, literal.
Mm-hmm. The God Emperor will provide. Whatever we need will find its way into our hands when we need it.
Our enemies are saying the same thing about their creatures. We need to achieve a new level of readiness. We don't have a lot of time.
So what are you suggesting?
I don't know. But I think it would be wise for you to start running war games with those pilots of yours. Because I don't care how experienced they think they are. They don't know what they're about to walk into.
I can do that.
All right, Nero stomps off. He's just grr and angry.
I just want one scene where like it's in like an expensive restaurant, and in a booth is Adrian and Henriette, and they're like sharing a milkshake, like two straws, same cup, and then like it pans across, and the next booth is like Nero just glowering. With like,
mad.
With like a cup of black coffee in front of him.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question, James.
And then a late title card that says Warhammer 40K, Dawn of War.
You have a question, Arthur?
Can I find the Harlequin? Is it in my faded? We know that they're on the ship, right? And I'm looking for people to talk to Destiny about.
So I feel like if you wanted to go looking for the Harlequin, eventually, one of you will find the other.
Okay.
Do you want to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. No worries.
It's not specifically looking for the Harlequin, but he is looking for someone who can explain fate and maybe escape it.
Yeah. So I'm imagining like because Nero's probably lost some sleep over this now, and
probably.
And it's probably like in a corridor, like one of the darker corridors of the ship. No one else is around, and he's at that so tired he's muttering to himself now, sort of thing, And he says something about fate or destiny, whatever the case may be, before he sees a figure coming not aggressively out of the shadows before him. They sort of pull away from the shadows where a person shouldn't have been able to stand, but is able to they step out of shadows too small for a person, but are there now as a full-size person.
All right. Nero, I mean, just no way. That'd be crazy. He just rubs his eyes and goes, excuse me. So he tries to step around them, but then gets a good look at them as he's stepping around them.
And it's almost like I think that he goes like when you just pass someone, you might put your hand on their shoulder to help maneuver them while you maneuver.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed style. Yeah.
I was literally going to say that.
And it's like your hand gets nothing but air, and you realize they're actually like about four inches to the right of where you're grabbing for, and that's when you sort of look more closely at them. And get and their form becomes clear, like the color of Motley, the ivory mask of Kegarath.
Nero's purple eyes, those Cadian eyes of the warp, turn to Nero and go, "You."
Does the player not like the part in which they play?
What do you know about what's happening?
What do I know of anything? Only the script that is laid before us and the audience that watches for our actions.
Look, I'm not going to commit violence directly against this creature, but I am going to slam my fist into the bulkhead nearby and go,
"Okay,
don't mess with me, elf."
Nice. They don't flinch, Captain Marvel style.
Of course. I know theater as well as any. Your word tricks do not impress me. Tell me what you know of fate and destiny. You must know I am attempting to unravel the creatures that attempt to make us dance at the end of it.
There are many architects of fate who try to control the path which we walk. Some are more or less successful than others. But we are all the architects of our own destiny. If there is a path before you, then you simply step off it. And you're no longer on that path, but you are now in the darkness behind the curtain. And you will need to decide what new path you'll lay for yourself, what new story you will tell.
That's unacceptable. I need the things that lie at the end of the path.
No. Paths don't have to be straight. They can be curved. Two paths can separate and come back together again.
So you're saying
is the destiny
it's possible.
not more important? Yes. Is the destiny or the journey more important?
These are stupid questions. What I want are answers. How can I get that which I want without dancing to the tune of others? There is only one whom I serve.
What do you want?
Victory.
You can have victory any day. Any challenge you overcome gives you a victory. You need to think more specifically. What is it you are trying to achieve?
Victory for the Imperium. One where we win and our enemies lose.
Oh. Unfortunately, time will eventually turn all civilizations to dust. That is the inevitability of life. But within your lifetime, what you can achieve, you have almost all you need already. I believe that, one second, that paths have been set forward, stories of patterns and guides and talismans of a prince that would become a god that would serve your kind or serve one of your kind, of saints and miracles. All of these things lead towards the confrontation that you seek. But none of these things guarantee you success. It's only what you do at that time that determines whether you stand victorious over your enemies or you give them everything they want.
Nero slams his hand in the wall again and says, You've left me. Oh wait, sorry. You've left me with more questions than answers. I should never have asked a dying race of prognosticators. You speak of all creatures falling as your people have. Go worship your gods of death, then, foul creature. Be gone. Nero starts stomping away. He's even more pissed now.
Yeah, spoons are the best in chat. If you want answers,
Yeah.
don't ask it out loud.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
Look, I was looking for the Konami code, right? And they were like, let me give you the ending of Xenogears. Here's 20
Yeah.
paragraphs.
yeah.
All right, that's it for Nero. He's just pissed all the time now.
I think Adrian wants to go visit Dawn real quick.
Okay.
The start of the harem route right here.
No.
For Dawn.
So do we think that Dawn's internal revelation might mean she spends more time at the chapel, maybe, or at the temple on Port Wanda? Or how does she prepare herself for what she knows is coming?
I assume that everywhere Dawn goes is holy ground around her. She's literally a walking miracle at this point.
Well, I mean, she doesn't know that, right? So to her, like, I guess epiphany comes easier, or at least she feels the epiphany comes easier when she removes as many distractions as possible. And for her, that's not silent prayer. That's that's not gambling, but like essentially just, you know, pushing herself physically as much as she can. So she's probably like, you know, drenched in sweat, just like, I don't know, kicking a sandbag or something like that over and over again. Like, probably in her personal quarters. Like she probably doesn't like doing this sort of like when she first came to the ship, she was more exercising with, like, you know, the troops, but now she does it like privately more than anything. So she's probably in her quarters.
Big glass of Metamucil right by the bed.
Sister Dawn, I was wondering if I could have a moment of your time.
As long as you don't if you don't mind me continuing what I'm doing, absolutely.
No,
He says as she like.
Yeah, he like moves up and like holds the bag for you.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I was wondering if you would train me in the way that you fight. I can fly a jetpack and I can shoot and duel, but the manner in which you fight is something I have never seen before.
She like stops, you know, wipes the sweat off her forehead, and you know, does the thing where she like looks Adrian up and down and is like, "You don't seem angry enough." I mean, I wasn't really taught how to fight in the cloister. I simply had all this anger that I needed to get out. That's really the answer. And then the rest just comes from making yourself into a weapon by filing away everything that doesn't need to be there. I'm not sure how else to put it. I'm not trained in any military maneuvers or anything along those lines, but I harness the rage that I can't seem to get rid of. Yeah, if you want assistance in that, I mean, I do have these concoctions that I've imbibed in for as long as I can remember, but they're not for the faint of heart.
My heart is not faint. Would you?
Well, then tell me something that pisses you off. Then, like what really gets you What would make you want to hit a sandbag for 12 hours?
I don't know if I've ever considered that question before.
What would make you want to peel back the skin on your knuckles to the point where you're almost hitting bone and you not feel anything until your rage subsides? If you can get that angry, then I can teach you how to harness it. But as for skills, as for actually being technical about the way that I fight, no, I'm sorry. I don't. You could say the God Emperor guides my blade, but really it's just an anger for removing everything that I find to be detestable from this place, from all places.
I understand.
I don't know if you do. I can't put it into words, but there are things in this world that I detest so much that I wish to burn every atom in their being away. Think about what pisses you off and dwell on it, I guess.
I feel like both of them are thinking about Nero right now for some reason.
I will consider what you have said, sister, and meditate on it.
I wouldn't really use meditate, but
Well, he'd probably say pray is what he would say. So I will pray on it. Thank you for your time.
she'll just go back to kicking and punching.
All right. Are we good?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So in the break, by the way, Pono did some acquisition rolls, and we did get the man-portable las cannon.
Yep, that's mounted on my shoulder now instead of the rocket launcher.
And we did get, what was the other thing you got? Was the the auger.
You muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, the Auspex scanner. So
Auspex, sorry, that's right. Yes.
something to help out with our awareness rolls that we suck at.
James, is there any chance I could maybe like during the week you could send me a little information about some top level research on Thenath the Time Twisted?
Sure.
You know, I'm just planning to murder him.
Message me a reminder so I can get back to you. Because as Dave knows, I can commit to a lot of things. You don't always get it.
Is all the information you need to know about getting like ships and Into the Storm is on a different book?
Sorry?
He's asking about acquiring new vessels.
Yeah.
So Into the Storm or Battlefleet Calixis. Battlefleet Koronus is the other book.
Okay. Because I all I found in Into the Storm was some example ships, nothing about like making your own.
No, well, the core building ships rules are in the core book.
Okay.
But there are additional ship hulls and components in Into the Storm, and then a lot more in Battlefleet Koronus.
Okay.
Yeah, because you need to start thinking about what do you want from Saul? That's going to be the first scene next
Nice
game.
battle cruiser, you know.
Yeah. Or I mean, at the very least, a nice cruiser.
I was looking
We
at
have a
initially
cruiser,
was,
don't we?
the Sovereign Venture.
Well, we have a light cruiser.
Like
Or no, we
cruisers.
have a light.
It's a light cruiser to turn.
Victorian's a
around.
cruiser.
Yeah, but it's a lathe class cruiser. It's not really. It's not really a cruiser.
Shh, don't listen.
It's a
Eternal
light
Victorian.
cruiser.
Don't.
Yeah.
Shh.
Like
Don't listen to him. He doesn't
if
know
you
what
put
he's
that up
talking about.
against like a
He may be the
lunar
pilot, but he's a
class or
fool.
Mars class, like it's gonna get toasted.
Got torpedoes, my friend. Oh no, that's the Gildatron. Never mind.
Yeah.
Shh, don't listen to him, Eternal Praetorium. I believe in your machine spirit.
It's like getting a military like Toyota pickup and saying it's a military vehicle. Yeah, it's a civilian vehicle painted military colors.
Wow. Don't listen, Eternal Praetorian. What matters most is who's on those guns, you know?
Not when whatever you're fighting like doubles your size, and
Just got to be twice as good.
Hey, the Eternal Praetorian did all right against that orc ship.
Yeah.
sure.
It did get like a third of its hull carved out from the orc ship, but
It can tank.
Damn it,
for sure.
James. We were literally inches away from getting back into the Expanse.
I know. I mean, and
Now
once
you
again, like,
dived us back into the place we don't want to be.
and none of this would have happened without your actions. But at the end of the day, I've got to play it out. But it was a big game, so I will give you the 500 XP today.
Oh, there we go.
Very nice. Very
That's
nice.
worth possibly losing my daughter to chaos
Does
and
that-
being forced to kill her in the future.
As James would say, poggers.
Wow, he's fucking callback.
Tonight was very memorable. I'm going to say it was between the arm,
Mhm.
I don't know. So here's the thing: is in the aftermath of Nero almost dying again, I really wanted him to do the thing he always does, like sulk for a while after nearly dying. But I don't have time for that because now I got to be like, grr, angry rage all the time. But my family is in trouble. There's nothing stronger than family.
Ooh, did this? Let's see. Hang on.
That it will kick us to 24,000.
Oh, we're so close.
What do we
We're
need?
so close.
24,00001?
25,000.
Oh, that's not even. That's not remotely close. That's like 4
It's
sessions
about-
from now.
I mean, sure. If at what 300 a session, but we're almost there. We're almost there.
what that'll put you in rank 7, is that right?
Yep, rank 7. That's where a lot of my
one rank away of not being able to rank anymore.
a lot of the Void Masters melee stuff comes online.
Yeah.
That's why
Nice.
you're asking. See, look, that's a good planning out. I do that, so I really appreciate when other people are like, "Yep, I leveled up, and here's the plans I have." What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
We don't rank? We still have rank 8, right? What are you talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah, one rank away before you can't rank up anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, then we just do what Don does, and we take those like side ranks and other things, like we go full inquisitorial. Or
I mean, when you hit rank 8, you've still got all the rank 8 stuff to buy.
yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
into the jaws of hell.
Essentially, rank 8's in game.
I mean, this is why I sort of tried to plan the number of sessions, the amount of XP per session, etc., around getting to, max level within the last season.
No. Now just give us the Space Marine level ups. I actually could go back and start taking all the melee stuff to become good at that, but I'm not going to. I don't want to be good at melee. I want to fly away from people trying to melee me.
You
All
can
right.
do like XCOM enemy with
Oh my goodness, what a great ability. Yeah, that you know what? That's my headcanon for Nero now. He just hangs up
I
there.
didn't realize that it let you ignore the penalty for your sniper rifle, where if you move, you can't shoot it.
Yeah.
I found out randomly. I was like, oh, I can shoot it after I move? Oh, fuck.
Sniper rifle go
Yeah.
burr. All right, we're gonna start with Big Spoon, a man who thought I wasn't an innovator, a leader in BattleTech configuration. I mean, look, I'm the guy who invented Winter's Edge, Chrome Blood. I'm always pushing the envelope of what we can do.
Sure.
Sometimes it's a massive fat turd like the previous Warhammer game. And sometimes it's, a time of Total Warfare mixed. And then sometimes it's Solaris Knights. I should have said Oath of Endosteel because that still gets more viewership than anything else.
It's such a good show, man.
The shrimps love it,
So
It's that bottom feeding goodness,
I am Big Spoon. You can find me over on Twitter at BigSpoon223 or on Arthur's Discord. I'm here Saturday nights. I'm on Solaris Nights. I'll be on Dawn Agreement when I finish my character description. This was a good session. It was even though we were, not necessarily off book, but it wasn't all completely planned. I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. Nero not necessarily getting his comeuppance, but actions have consequences.
Wow, listen, this motherfucker over here. Man, I'm about to kill a demon prince in single combat and then use his skull as a mug.
So yeah, no, I think this is we're getting into some really interesting territory, I think. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next.
It's gonna be me saying I lived, bitch, again.
You're going to a team and going, hey, I got some sunbun here for you.
Yay, I heard you needed a delivery of Sea of Thieves. Speaking of a guy who tries to drop a cargo of Ligma on you every once in a while, let's go to Henley, aka Dave Traeger.
What up? So I run 2 video game companies. I just released one game the other day. Go buy it. It's called Sapphire Safari. It's in early alpha right now, and it's selling stupid well. So join the hundreds of other people who've already picked up the game on itch.io. If you like, Pokemon Snap and boobies. So,
I feel like there's going to be a pretty big overlap on that one.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
That is why it is selling so well. But yeah, thanks for watching. This game was pretty cool. It's I'm glad that I start to get doing the warp touch stuff now, or glimpse from the beyond stuff. Which is kind of neat. I mean, it's a nice way for Dawn to go, basically. And now she is basically like, get out of here, boy, with that psychic bullshit. So
that's good because the rest of us are very, very murderable by psychic powers.
Yeah. I had a question for you, James.
Yes.
I think I'm like my willpower is at 50, and I have one more level up I can put into willpower. But is there any point to having like 55 willpower versus 50 willpower? Because you only get it every 10 points, right?
Well, I mean, it still means that when you have to roll just a willpower roll, you got a 5% better chance. I mean, consider for a second how tonight would have been different if you had failed that willpower roll to decide that you were able to guide the fleet through the warp storm.
Okay, so it actually gives you like a higher percentage of passing.
Well, when you roll under it, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll definitely consider that as a next upgrade. But yeah, so now I can re-roll failed willpower checks on for psychics, and actually I don't know if I need that because I think I got the thing that stops it from happening all the time, right? I can't remember what From Beyond does because it's like the one thing that I don't have information on.
It means you're immune to insanity and mind affecting psychic powers.
So is that the same as strong-minded then? Because that's like the strong-minded like makes you re-roll psychic techniques that affect the mind.
Well, it's better than that. It overrides strong-minded because strong-minded makes you re-roll, whereas it makes you completely immune to them.
So I'll take that back then. I definitely don't need strong-minded. Yeah, cool. So I'll spend my points on other things then. So that's always fun. Oh yeah, my wounds are at 3 of 18. I assume we have them all back now, right? It's been like long enough time. Okay.
Yeah, everyone's back fully healed.
Yeah, nice.
Got anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, the new insanity is fun. The Ratchus, it's kind of fun to play that as Dawn. So yeah. That's me. Thanks for watching.
Pierre Cowles, aka Pondo D Dad.
I am Pondo or Pondo the Mad. You can find me on YouTube or Twitch like Pondo the Mad. At the moment, I am working on workshopping a video on essentially taking the concept of XCOM and putting it into tabletop RPGs in a as rules light and as fast as possible manner. Not really fast as possible, but as rules light as possible. Essentially not having like mechanic overload or having like long swingy combats because everybody's rolling dice to try to do something. So that you can find me on here Saturday nights, or you can see me on Ranch Simulator, which the first 2 episodes are out. We'll be recording the next episode, and then that episode will be out whenever I get it done and send it to AP. And then he decides when to upload it.
Look, it'll happen.
Pondo, I too have considered an XCOM style RPG, including having considered how it might work as either like a streamed thing with an audience participation, or like a living convention game where effectively you have to have the whole separate mini game of
Watch
like
the skies.
I love Watch the Skies.
Research, like, you know, to so you have it so that, you know, the audience decide what to research to determine what texts the PCs have access to, for example. It's something I've looked at previously as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's
let
a
me
board
say
game
this.
for XCOM which
There
has
is.
like a mobile phone app that she can use to like take GMing cues from or something, maybe.
Yeah,
perhaps.
it's actually after I played the board game the first time, which I own. It's up there on my shelf. I got the ideas from both the board game and the PC game. Yeah.
So James, you know how in XCOM, whenever one of your guys dies that you're attached to, you get one of your new guys and you reshape them so they look exactly like that person? That's what I expect the audience is going to do. Like, the audience is going to have that one guy who's just like, all right, well, look, Gunny Kenny died, so Gunny Kenny 2 is the new name of James Charles. All right, so
Look,
he now
I'm
looks
sorry,
exactly
but
like Gunny Kenny.
anybody that gets attached to XCOM characters is playing the game wrong.
What? I never let a single one die. I play Commander mode Iron Man, bro. No, everyone comes home. Everyone.
Save Scummer.
That's not what. This is the opposite of what Iron Man is. It's Eternal Gatecrasher, bro. So you only play Gatecrasher in XCOM 2 28 times in a row. That's the tutorial mission that you have to do at the beginning of the game.
So I worked out that XCOM works on a predetermined mathematical algorithm regarding
just like all
yeah.
the Firaxis games. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had this once when I tried safe scumming, and it was like the first time you had to stun an alien with like in order to capture one alive, basically. Like, it was to stun the psychic one, basically.
Yep.
And yeah, like I tried to stun and failed. Even though I had like a really high skill, then like reloaded, tried it again, tried again, did it like 8 or 9 times. Every time I failed, I realized, I might just move to like one space differently, like move to a different corner, and then I managed to do it. And it was like that was the variance in the algorithm that then gave you the other result. So
you
it was
just do it. You move another character first, just to let
Yeah,
the
exactly
numbers
right.
move
Yeah,
forward.
so
You can turn that option
changes
off.
the algorithm. Yeah.
You can turn it to true randomness where it doesn't do that anymore.
Okay.
It's in like the
I think
advanced
that's
options.
a long war thing. I don't think that's a regular.
Yeah, it might be. I just
That
remember
could,
being
yeah.
able to turn it off. Doesn't matter.
That definitely sounds like a modding.
I'm
thing.
good enough to beat both games on Long War, Iron Man, Commander mode.
Have you played XCOM 2 Long War?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
video series about it, bro.
I missed it completely.
Where can we see the video series, Arthur?
YouTube.com/APGamingREAL, but I know you know that, and I know everyone watching that video knows that because they're watching it on YouTube. Well, technically, they could be watching it on Twitch
The VOD squad.
for 90 days.
Where can they watch it on Twitch?
Just do your just do your outro, James. This isn't a marketing thing.
All right, I am Grimdark James. You can find me on Arthur's channels at twitch.tv/APGamingREAL and youtube.com/APGamingREAL. I'll be back here next week for more Rogue Trader, same time, same place, and hopefully soon for some Dawn Agreement. Looking forward to that. Really got my D&D going right now. I'm
worried about you burning out, bro. You're literally in 3 D&D games a week.
I have 5 games in the next 7 days.
What are you,
Man, that
APGamingREAL?
Lockdown is treating you real good, huh, James?
Well, it's because I found a time of the day that my wife doesn't care about me playing in. So,
Oh, okay. So you're taking advantage. I got it.
It's that Solaris nice time zone, you know?
Yeah.
When
I
you get there,
Yeah.
you get people on their lunch break, and now all of a sudden you can do as many shows as you want.
Yeah, that's 2 a.m. for me.
yeah, look, I've got this issue where like the two D&D groups started off like the first one that's just played is like, hey, let's play again same time next week. I'm like, I'd said it with like 1 to 2 games a month. I'm not looking for a high cadence, you know, but I figured like we just got the first. So I've got this other group for D&D this week, first game. I've got Pendragon. I've got Star Wars. I've got the second group wants to play another session, and then obviously back again this week for next week for Rogue Trader. So, yep, but that's good.
When's Arthur gonna run the Star Wars game again, bro? Come on.
What's Star Wars game?
we do the Secret Star Wars. Yeah, Secret Star Wars game.
Yeah, but I'm not in that, so it doesn't
That's
count.
true. I don't know.
Give me my
Maybe-
fix, bro.
I can add it to my schedule for post July 2022. I'm kind of spoken for it for a while.
All Jedi. Every enemy's a Jedi. Everyone's Jedi.
No, absolutely not.
Except for me. I'm the
Listen,
only
I want to
non-Jedi.
tell you something that James did in my game that made me go, "Oh, this is what it's like when I do this to other people." So, dude was just like, "Yes, that's right. You can never escape destiny." And then like some TIE fighters flew overhead, and James was like, And later he was like, "This dude is totally working for the Empire." And I'm like, "You don't know that." James is like, "Shut up, you." Yes, I do know that. Red Hawkins, this dude is working for the Empire.
Yeah.
Yes, but you were there. You were there 1,000 years ago when the ring passed to his sealed door.
Yeah. And I said,
No. I said, I agree with that. That dude definitely works for the Empire.
yeah, I said, actually, you know what, man, just hang on to that ring.
Did you guys watch
you might need
Elijah Wood's Hot Ones or whatever it was interview?
Yes. Yeah.
And all the chat's just like, he's not the only one that's going to be that's not the only ring he's thrown into Mount Doom pretty easily these days.
Hot going in, hot going out.
All right.
It's a great show, by the way.
It really
I
is.
love
It really is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know
They eat
ones,
hot
man?
sauces, progressively hotter sauces, and they do an interview at the same time. It's amazing.
Yeah. They
Wait, didn't
eat
Paul Rudd
hot
do
wings.
something like that?
Yeah. That's where that gift comes from. Of the like, hey, look at us. Who would have
Yeah.
thought?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's that.
It
gift is from his
basically takes like normally like people with PR consultants over their shoulders, and the interview is really good too, but
Yeah.
it makes them unhinged to the point where they're just like, you know, coughing and spluttering and like farting on camera because of these fucking
Farting on camera from eating hot sauce? Jesus, do I eat hot sauce wrong?
dude. No, these are like the hottest fucking hot sauces. Like,
Yeah.
it's like no shit. Like take me to the hospital hot sauces, right?
Like
So-
the first one is like 1800 Scoville, and then it just gets exponentially higher from there. Like it's ridiculous.
I think
But,
there's like a 400,000 Scoville one or something like that at the end.
Sean
I mean, there's
Evans,
like at
though.
least 1 million plus.
Yeah.
I think they go up
it's-
to like 3 million.
the last dab is just it's a ridiculous number of zeros. But Sean Evans is the host, and he is one of the best like interviewers in the business. I think. Like,
I've heard
Yeah, no,
that
they
before
do.
about interviewers.
what's
No,
that?
he does
he's very
extreme. He does extreme homework.
and like his like it's you should watch it. It's very good.
Yeah, to the point where he surprises the people he interviews. Is like, how do you know this?
Yeah, nearly everyone goes, "Oh, damn! I like you really did your homework." Like that's a phrase that is uttered in almost every episode.
It's really good.
Yeah, I would highly recommend the series.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
I've already given you a thought for the day.
All right.
All demons of falsehood.
Look, James, I'm trying to live that life. I'm trying to see through all the bullshit and lies, but you're the one telling it is the
See,
problem.
No, the problem is that you're looking, man. You just got to blindly go.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
the problem. What I love is how much you tried to defend the deal. Like, I know it wasn't a legitimate deal, but that's how demons work. Is like, we said you can take the ship in exchange for another ship or a world given over to chaos, and you took the ship, so you must have agreed with the deal.
All right, that's it. I'm taking these guys to fucking. Who's above demons? I need to speak to demons manager.
The God Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's already on my side.
Demons, then you got your greater demons.
Yeah. All right. Look, I'm taking this guy
Your
to court.
Primarchs.
I'm suing him.
Your traitor Primarchs.
This is the most American thing I could do. I just start suing.
Did the God Emperor have any sons that fell to evil? Like maybe one of those
find
guys.
a sheriff that'll serve Zeech.
Yeah. give Magnus the Red the subpoena and go.
I need a lawman, a rogue lawman who can operate in chaos space. I need Red Hawkins. Oh, that's the moment Marvel acquires Warhammer. That's it. Okay, we'll be back next week. Have a good night.